Hello guys, this is the Alpha Master, and I'm over here with Tolik Andre Rus, or also known as Virtual Freedoms, from Instagram. He's a online entrepreneur and investor. I'm right.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
oh yeah, I'm going to invite you over in the Instagram too.
It's just that obviously, how's it going to work if we're talking from two of
Uh,
them? You know?
no, yeah, it's because like I'm doing the Instagram from my phone and I'm doing the YouTube from my computer. So there it is. Okay, hello Tolik. How are you doing, man?
Hello, hello.
Yeah,
Just gonna.
I don't know if we can do it like from both platforms.
No, we're trying. We
Okay,
fail, right?
yeah. Okay, there it is.
Awesome.
Okay, hello Tolly, how are you doing?
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm doing very well, Renato. How's you?
I'm doing good. So, like, you think it's possible to do it from both platforms, or we are only gonna be able to do it from one? Because,
I mean, we can try to do both. There's a big
yeah,
echo coming from both when I'm doing
that's the
two.
problem, right? Yeah. Uh,
So
oh, like,
just
I know. I think I know what we can do. Like, you can like still put your camera on the Zoom, and you can like just stay muted, but like we're gonna be able to listen to you from the phone, so that's okay. You know? Or
will I?
yeah, there it is. That like the connection cost, right? That's the problem. Or what? Dude, look. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to like. Okay. We can just do it from Instagram, I think. And
Are you
then
sure?
I'm going to I'm going to share this on or yeah, like that's the problem that because when
When I'm talking on one here, the other one is echoing one another, and it's completely quiet.
yeah
Yeah. So I'm just thinking maybe we can do it on Instagram. You can then get the information of the video thing and then chop it up and then share it.
yeah, let's just do it on Instagram. That's okay. Yeah, we can just do it on Instagram
Yeah.
and
But I don't think it's going to change much, you know? That's the
yeah,
thing.
that's okay. So
Technology, hey?
yeah, I know, dude. That's uh, but I want to see. I can like screen record it so I can. Yeah, because I have like a screen record application, and then I'm gonna
Right.
load load it to my channel too. So
Okay. Let
start
down.
broadcast. Okay. Accept request.
Hey,
Okay,
hey.
okay, Tali, we're finally live.
Yes, sir. Let's
Uh,
get after it.
After a bit of technology problems, we finally did it.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, we're just gonna be recording this from Instagram. My plan was to do it both on Instagram and YouTube live, but I guess that's not gonna be possible. But it's okay because like I'm gonna screen record like this interview, and I'm
Okay.
gonna put it on my channel later. So okay,
Amen.
Tolik, you are an online entrepreneur and investor,
That's
and
yes, I'm an online entrepreneur and investor. I work from online and make money from my phone, you know? So that's kind of what I do.
so what's your story? Like, how did you started with all this project? Like, what was your inspiration? Like, how did you find out about online marketing?
So
And
it's actually a combination of a lot of few factors. Obviously, it came down to what do I want to do in my life? Because obviously, I come from a very traditional old background, which is the old school world. You know, like where your family always tells you, study hard, then go to work, and then work for 40 years, and do this the whole thing again over and over and over for the rest of the different generations. But I was kind of in that position where I was like, I see my family do it. I don't want to see them. Well, I don't see myself doing it, to be honest, and my kids doing it. So I had to think outside the box. And when it came down to that, I started researching and started researching online. What can I do different? And I always watching people watching, making money online, being online entrepreneurs. It's a new thing. And I started researching on what's the best way to kind of grow. There's obviously drop shipping, there's affiliate marketing, there's trading, investing, there is e-commerce, Amazon. There's so many ways, right, to get involved in the online world. But the one thing I found very, very and something that I'm passionate about was trading, investing, and obviously doing network marketing. So, if for anyone that does not know what network marketing is, it's just affiliate marketing, but we're connecting with people on a different scale, right? Um, And that's really it. I just started researching it. I Googled a lot of things. I wanted to find out more. And from there, it just kind of, added up more and more and more.
I understand. And so, like, what are some of the stories that you can tell, like, about some, like, let's say somebody wants to learn about online marketing or to become an investor. So, what
Right.
are the, like, somebody that is starting, like, they should look at so that they understand what to do?
Well, first of all, I don't want you spending any money before you before you're ready. One thing I'd say is actually sit down with yourself and take a note of your skill sets. What are you capable of doing? What can you do? Like, so, are you good at speaking to people? Are you good on camera? Are you good at sales? Are you good at marketing in general? What are you good at? And then from there, once you've done this list, I want you to go onto Google and start researching and actually see what could work and what kind of is your budget, right? Because when
Yeah.
people start spending money, they spend money that's going to try and gain them something very quickly. But I want you to think a bit different. I want you to sit down again and just understand this is going to be a bit slower. It's not a get rich quick thing, right? There's no such thing in this world. So um, look into affiliate marketing. First of all, affiliate marketing is actually a great way to make money nowadays. If you understand what it can hold behind it and how much you can benefit from it, as well as help others in the process, you will see that there's so much more benefit in actually doing like e-commerce. I'm not saying it's bad e-commerce or anything like that. It just didn't work in my favor, right? So I've tried it before, it didn't work. But what I'd say is just find that skill set that you're passionate about. For me personally, is actually connecting with people, real
Yeah.
people, sharing what I do, seeing how it can benefit them, mentor them on something that can actually benefit them again, like trading, investing. That's something I'm involved in. So when you see this from a bigger picture, trading is something that's not new at all nowadays. And we can benefit quite a lot from it because we can make money from markets, especially all digitally from our phone. So yeah, that's kind of like something I would say. Just sit down, analyze your skill sets, and then once you've done that skill set analyzation, just go into research and find what could be actually helpful for yourself.
Of course. And for you personally, what's been like some of the achievements that you have accomplished so far?
Um, well, I mean, the biggest achievement I would say is actually working on myself.
Yeah.
Developing myself, because that is very important, especially if you want to do something long term. You've got to develop yourself. You've got to read, listen to a lot of successful mentors. First of all, like reach out to people that who have accomplished what you want to accomplish already. So if you want to accomplish something, go and seek those people out. Seek them, learn, look what they've done, look what they've done. But my achievements, I would say, is obviously develop myself, my mindset, just breaking out the 9 to 5,
Yeah.
changing that thing, because everyone wants to get out the 9 to 5. And if you tell me otherwise, I would just laugh at you. I'm not gonna agree with you. So I the achievement has got to be also building people. I started a business for myself because I wanted to gain money. I wanted to just do something different, change my life. But in the process, in the long run, I've been here for nearly a year now, seeing how much can change not only by yourself but from a team standpoint of view. Like, because I've built a global team around the world. Bali, Ireland, Philippines, Macau, America. It just list goes on. But that's big achievement, I would say, is that being able to build a global business and see these people flourish as well. It's awesome.
Yeah, for me, that's something really exciting about online marketing. You get to meet people from all over the world and you get to work with them. Like, you don't have to be personally with them, you can just,
Yeah,
everything you do it online and you just like, uh, you can meet them like over at, let's say, Zoom or an online application and
yeah.
you like see them progress and you get to like have friends all over the world, which is something that is really cool. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I agree with you because you can actually meet these guys in person, guys and girls, because I've actually had that experience of one of the person on my team. I went to Finland this summer to connect, to work, to just do some business, just
Yeah.
travel a bit. And I met this guy who's actually on my team, who's building within my team as well. And, he's doing amazing. He's doing from trading aspect amazing and also building his team as well, which is insane to see because when I
Nice.
first met guy, he was like, I don't know what to do, Tal. Like, I don't know how to get started. I don't know anything. And I said, look, that's what education's for. That's what I'm here for, and I want to help you. And being able to just to sit down, have a coffee with the guy, have some lunch with the guy, it's awesome because then you can. It just means that you can do it with other people. So it's dope. It really is dope.
Yeah. How long did it take for like to actually get to where you want to be?
Who myself?
For the guy that you were mentoring.
Well, he's only been in the business since July, So it's
Oh, that was,
not long, but he decided to, just to go all in. He said, well, if I'm going to learn something, especially I'm going to put money into it, invest money into it, I want to learn it. Because a lot of people, what they do, they start and they don't see results afterwards, right? They don't see results, but that's because they give up too early, and they don't actually take the time out for themselves to learn. They don't give themselves time to learn. So this guy was like, no, 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 I want to learn, because what made him different was that he's already an entrepreneur in the offline world. He has his own business. He's a gym PT, and he's got several gyms in Finland. So what made him amazing, and I knew that he's going to do it because he has that drive. So if you have that drive and you want to learn and succeed, it doesn't matter. Nothing's going to stop you in the way.
yeah, of course. And do you think, like, because like of course education is important, so like what are some of the profiles that somebody has to have in order to be successful in this world?
What was the question? The profiles, did you say?
Like, or I think kind of like the personality, or like not just personality, like what are some, like, when I say profile, I mean like what are some of the characteristics a person should have so that they are successful,
Right. Okay. Well, there's three main ones, right? Three main ones. And it comes down to, are you hungry? Are you
yeah,
willing to learn? And are you coachable? That's literally it. If you have these three, you're good to go, because you can learn things as you go. Because when I started, I again did not know anything about the online entrepreneur world. I didn't know how to trade. I didn't know how to invest. I didn't know how to properly speak to people. I was shy on camera. I was uncomfortable just getting out of the comfort zone.
yeah, of course.
You just do it. So if you got the hunger, if you've got the willingness to learn, if you're coachable, that's really the three characteristics you need. And of course, just drop your ego, because that's one thing people hold
Yeah,
up. Drop
of-
your ego, because you're going to be crap. You're going to be crap. I'm a prime example of that, because I was terrible. I did not know anything, and here we are. A year later, I'm working on something that I've passionate about, and I can help along people along the way as well. So it's pretty cool.
yeah, of course. Yeah, like the thing about ego is really important. Like
Yeah.
for my YouTube channel, I used to have I was doing it for 5 years. So when I started, like I was trying to make different type of videos, trying to be successful. I didn't really know that much about the world,
Yeah.
but like I think like this is the year, because last year my channel got deleted, so I had to start all over again.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, I mean, but like when I restarted my channel, I realized I needed to use another approach. So I
Yeah.
was like, what do I want to do? And that was like a really important question for me, because like when I was doing, I was just doing any random video, just trying to figure out, so what is it that I actually wanna do, or why do I want to
Yeah.
do this? So I think that the question is like, why do you want to do this? Like that should be like your purpose. And then
How passionate are you about something? Because I can be passionate about YouTube, but I've just not done enough. But I mean, I can be passionate about it, right? You can get that passion as well. It's for some people, it just doesn't come at all. If it's not for you, don't do it. Just look for something else. Just don't give up on something that is going to work. For me, when I started this, I was like, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Because I see other people
Mhm.
doing it, like, amazing. There's people in front of our company who are making 100K a month.
Yeah.
You know, it's insane.
But it's really important. Like, do not compare yourself to other people. Like,
Oh,
it's, oh yeah, this is where I am right now, but this is where I want to be. So like,
yeah,
I feel for a mentality that people should have. So that, because sometimes it like can be unmotivating when you see other people doing better than you, and you are like, so why are they doing better than me? And I'm
yeah.
working like. That's why it just should be like a focus within yourself and what you want to do in the future. Something I kind of realized along the journey too.
because I actually said this in one of my stories the other day, is that don't compare yourself, your chapter 1 to their chapter 20. It's a
Yeah,
whole story. Like, you don't know what they've gone through, what you're going through right now. And it's just, if you compare yourself to someone who's already more successful, you are just taking
yeah,
away the joy of your own kind of journey.
yeah,
So you're putting yourself in a weird position where it's like, I should be here at the top, but I'm
mhm,
like here and I want to get there. But what you're doing subconsciously is actually you're putting yourself down
yeah,
more because you're constantly like, I need this, what they have. But you're just taking away the joy out of everything you're doing.
yeah. That's true. And like for me, I something I learned. For example, in YouTube, in the world of YouTube, like it's all about the algorithm first of all, and like reaching the target community that you wanna reach, so that you wanna be successful there. And like there was like a video that I did, it got like 30,000 views, and I was like really excited. I was back in January, and I was like just trying to. Yeah, I was in my mind. I was like, I did it, So this is it for me. And then I started like working really hard on these other videos, but the other videos only got like about like 50 views, not that many views, and that kind of discouraged me. But like now I look it like differently. I look at like, first of all, Google Ads is really like very useful in YouTube, because it helps you reach a specific target community, and it can like increase your views. So that's really important, especially if your target a specific community. But also it's important like not to lose motivation if like your videos are not doing so well. Like they can always, like, as long as in YouTube, as long as you're consistent, and as long as you make like a specific content. No, I don't think it's only YouTube. I think it's any social media platform
I
overall.
think it's just social media in general. If you stay
Yeah,
consistent niche, you're gonna flourish. That's it.
yeah, and that's the thing. But like, it's something that it has to be like a lifestyle. It has to be a lifestyle, and you just have to make sure. Yeah, this is what I want to reach. But like, if I want to get here, I just have to be consistent. I have to keep doing it. And if you have a vision that is like, you kind of know how to get there, just like, it's important, like, keep studying, keep working towards it. Like, those are some of the things that people definitely should do.
Yeah, I like what you said about the vision there, is that you don't know how you're going to get there, but you're going to get there, right? Because
Yeah,
it's a path. Like, you don't know what the thing is, you know what to get, like what you
yeah,
want to get, but you don't know what the steps are. So what you do, you just start, right? Because, for example, when you start driving in a car, I love this example because when people start driving, for example, from Glasgow to London, let's say in our case, is that if they start driving, they know the road, how to get there, but the only way they're going to get there is by action, by actually pressing the pedal
yes,
on the gas. So what people do in business or entrepreneur world, they start something, they get it halfway, and they put their foot away from the gas, and then they complain that it didn't work for them, or it didn't actually work out in the way they wanted to. So, but it really comes down to the person that's behind the wheel. They didn't take the action further, they didn't go ahead, and they didn't actually get to the destination they wanted to. So I really like what you mentioned there about the vision itself. Vision is very important, especially
yeah.
if you see it and you can imagine it. It's game over for that vision. You're gonna get it.
So, what's something that you personally did that helped you like get where you are right now? You know?
Well, first of all, it comes down to self development. Self development is huge. Without that, you're just kind of the same person. You can start something new. That's great, but if you're not learning about that subject, if you're not reading about that subject, if you're not studying it more in depth, then it's a bit hard for you to kind of advance further. And I found that out the hard way, because when I got involved with network marketing, it was kind of all over the place for me. I didn't really know what I was doing. Like I say, it was I had some guidance that was given to me, but even then, I didn't know what to do with that guidance. I was like kind of like lost. So when I was lost, I said, "Well, like, how long can I be lost for? Like how long can I do this until I actually see something change?" So I took it upon myself, and I started researching it in depth, how to actually connect with people who are completely in the cold market, right? I don't know these people. I want to get to know these people. It's not like I'm trying to pitch or anything or sell them anything, because that's not really what I do. I actually just want to show them the vision, the opportunity. But of course, in that process, I want to get to know the person. So I start investing into myself. Invest into yourself is
Yeah.
something I would say, right? Invest highly into yourself, because once you get knowledge in here, that's the most important thing, that no one can take it away, and it's very important, and it's very pricey. So books, podcasts, that's something you should invest in. If you buy books, that's something you should do. What other thing did I do that really improved me? I started working on people. I generally started working on people. I wanted to build a serious connection with them and see what their kind of vision was. So I had to sit down one on one with somebody and see, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do when you get involved in this business? How much do you want to make? How much are you willing to give up for your time? So I really went from like just as a single person who was trying to just do it all for myself, actually into developing as like a mentor or a coach almost, and without actually doing these steps before self development.
The connection. Yeah, the connection.
Are we back now? Yeah.
Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Brilliant. So I was just saying, like, if you develop yourself and then start working on people and coaching what you have learned, because people appreciate it, they see the value, because you're taking the time out, to learn something that's going to benefit you. And as well, if you're going to teach your team, you are also in the effect of duplicating stuff, right? And duplication is very important in our business, because the business is great if you can do it yourself, but you're gonna burn out. You're gonna if you're gonna do everything yourself, and that's why you need a good amount of people that you can trust, that kind of will work with you.
Yeah, like to have. That's why connections are really important. Like, yeah, that's exactly right. You cannot do everything yourself, and like something. That's why for me, like networking is something that is something that people should definitely learn more, because like having that connection with other people and like bringing them into your projects, especially like the trust. The trust needs to be there. And like if you want to achieve a long-term goal, then like you definitely need to have like a team. You need to have a
Yeah,
team.
because if
Like,
you look at big businesses and the big entrepreneurs in this world, they didn't do it themselves, right? They didn't do it themselves. And for anyone that says they can do it themselves, that's great. By all means, try it. But I believe that you're going to stumble into a little, path that's going to put a dead end to your kind of, lone wolf stuff. So you need people around you, like, that's going to just, build the same team around you, same vision. And I honestly, I love my team. I don't know, I wouldn't be without them anywhere right now, because quite frankly, these guys are part of my organization, part of me, and I get to meet them in person, and I am looking past that, because that's something that we as networkers want to feel, because it's a human connection, right? Because if we meet them in person, it's interesting,
yeah,
because we're actually planning to make a meetup in Bali in Mexico. So hey, maybe you can come down, Renato, and get some learning.
I love Mexico. It's
Yeah,
a beautiful country, and yeah, man, but it's really like inspirational, like all of the things that you can do, especially like nowadays, this online world. It's like everything is there, like you need an application for, like, for example, in YouTube, like to do thumbnails. Like you have Canvas, you can do amazing thumbnails in Canvas. And then like also for video editing, there are also like people that can actually do the video editing for you. And that's something like that's where I was like, oh damn, I can learn all of these different tools that I can use, and I can save up time and be more productive too. Like that's something, like I think for your, like, how you say, for your business, it's also important. I think, like, to make sure like the productivity is. So like having like different people work on different things is, it's always like having that mentality, so that you all all for by yourself.
yeah. Like you need because the guys on my team, they have different skill sets to me, right? So I don't have their skill sets, but their skill sets are working within my business, and
Yeah.
I don't they don't have the skill sets that I have. However, when I'm giving them my skill sets, it's just like a big, massive cluster of skill sets combining together, and it just works well. So definitely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. And like, yeah, the part that you say, I remember the part you said about the ego is really important because,
Mm,
like, yeah, like there's just sometimes you're like, no, I know how to do this, and then it's frustrating when you like are you think you know how to do it, but then
yeah,
you are not achieving results. That's
yeah,
why like you always have to be an open-minded person. You always have to be like, yes, I need to learn this. Like I'm not good at this, so I need to learn this, and that's where you can get the help that you need.
yeah.
That's really important in my opinion.
Yeah, I make it very clear to people that obviously, when they get started involved with this network marketing,
Yeah,
is just drop your ego. Like, I understand we all have ego. I have an ego. I believe I'm great at some things and some people, but ego doesn't actually evolve you. It doesn't. It just
yeah,
keeps you in this spot. It keeps you where we were starting. So like that's why I mean, like, when I got involved, I had to start learning things and my ego was hurting. I was like, I don't like this. I
yeah,
really don't like this. But it's paying off. It's paying off. And since I've dropped my ego, I've been able to also, kind of put this onto other people as well. Like, drop your ego. If I'm dropping my ego, I'm your leader and I'm dropping my ego, you can do exactly the same. And if you're a big person, I'm sure you understand.
yeah. Just, so, what are some of the long-term goals that you have on for your business
For network marketing business or just in general in life?
in general? Yeah,
In general, well, obviously I want to see this business prosper much higher, where I've only just touched the tip of the iceberg here. um but I would say this business is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, right, as the days go by. So my goal is to obviously build a community of people who will be actually seeing what I've started from the start, like my vision. They'll see this and they'll
yeah,
continue my vision. So I want them to continue building what I when I officially started, and just kind of in general, like I want to just build something that's going to just last forever. Really, I want that kind of legacy to be left behind. Because
yeah,
I see people within an organization doing exactly the same. Their family name, their legacy being left behind, and it's just like very empowering, inspiring. At the same time, you're like, wow, like, if these guys can do it, I can do it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Bit about legacy, man.
yeah,
Because there are some. I mean, if you're like, that's my opinion. But if your goal is like, so what's my long-term goal is to be a millionaire, then I don't think that's like. I mean, that can be your long-term goal, but in the long process,
I'm being a millionaire, right? It's
yeah,
it's like it's a goal, but I
yeah,
wouldn't call it long term.
yeah, exactly. I mean, of course, like money is always important,
Yeah,
but you only focus on money, like that's the problem.
yeah,
Like you cannot just focus on money. Like legacy. Like for me, that's I have the same opinion. It's like, how do I want to be remembered?
mm,
Like
yeah,
that's like the mentality that I kind of like built during my journey, and I was like, so why do I want to do this? And I realized, yeah, so what do I want to be remembered as a person, as a human being? So that's where I'm like, yeah, like that's why I want to do the things that I want to do, and that's when you realize, yeah, like this is really important. That's for me my vision.
absolutely. I love that what you say, because your family is going to see you as the breaker of the curse. And that's what I like to call it, because in my family there's a big generation curse of people who are just stuck in this old 9 to 5 routine,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And being one of the first people in my family to just step out of that, do something completely different online, in the unknowing, like nobody really knows what I'm still doing, understanding it properly, because I've tried to explain it to them. They just don't understand it, and they don't
yeah.
understand it. And it's a little bit difficult to explain it, for example, to older people, like grandparents or your aunties, your uncles. Uh,
This is a world. This is a new world.
exactly.
That's why like young people are the ones mainly they understand it because like we grew up with this online world, but now it's getting like way better because now we have all these new applications, so all these new tools that we can
Yeah.
use. It's possible, especially nowadays. It's just that you have to have the knowledge. That's the main thing. That's what I believe.
Yeah, it comes down to just again open minded, because if you're not open minded, you're never going to get knowledge. You
Yeah,
just
exactly.
I've met a lot of closed-minded people in my life, especially from school. These guys are young. I just don't understand why they're so closed-minded in things. I can talk about things that they do, and that's very open-minded. However, they are very closed-minded on certain subjects, as in like online entrepreneurship or business. They see it as a negative for some reason, but each to their own. But what I would say is that since we grew up, we're in the 90s, we're millennials, right? And as millennials, we love to do something different. We don't really stick to the routine almost. So being around the technology, being around all these different apps, different applications, it's really interesting, because so if you actually like dive into it, look into it more, it kind of like it shows that something's better out there, something's different out there, and you don't have to stick to your old 9 to 5 routine.
Yeah. No, I have the same opinion. Like I had experience like 9 to 5, and it's always like I think nobody wants to really do that, especially nowadays. Like since COVID hit,
Yeah.
like I think it's a possibility, and like 9 to 5. I mean, if you like it, then that's okay. But if you really like, if you don't see yourself there, and mainly, I think that's what the school system does. It just tries to put you into a 9 to 5, or put you so that you work for somebody. And if you like, for me,
100%.
yeah, like the way I see it is like, do I want to be a creator or a follower? So
Mm-hmm.
one have it's all about the mindset. So if you actually want to be the one that creates, you need to do something different. And like nowadays, like have taking advantage of all the technology available, I think it's like really important if you wanna like achieve the goals that you want to reach.
Yeah, everything is capable, and it's all within your hands. It's all within your reach, because technology is finest right now. It really is at its finest right now. So if you can actually use it to your advantage, because a lot of what happens is that social media gets you sucked in. Like, social
Yes,
media sucks
exactly.
you in. That I was a victim of that. I was sucked in by social media. Thank God I'm no longer sucked in by it, and I'm sucking in social media into different ways. But it's more about like how you use the social media, because you can
Yeah,
use media for nonsense, and quite frankly, it doesn't help anyone, it doesn't achieve anything, you're just wasting time, and energy, and you're stressed, and all these things that add up with it. But if you can use it to your advantage and actually benefit, make a business from it, make money from it, make connections from it, just get out there, see what's out there, because it's now or never. Like, there's so much possibility nowadays and so much opportunity. Like me and you are immigrants, right? And coming from countries that are not very well off, like Latvia is not very well off, and Peru is not very well off. Is
yeah,
that we don't know better. We didn't know better, and now we found something better, and we need to capitalize on it. And here's you doing, your YouTube, your content creation, and that's awesome to see, because I am so happy to see more people doing this,
yeah.
stepping out of their comfort zone first of all, and doing different. Like, no one is really doing something that like this. I've not seen many people like you who are doing this. So, you know, that's amazing. Honestly, keep doing what you're.
Yeah, like for me, it's kind of like I'm new to this world as well. I mean, I've been doing YouTube, but like this is the year where I figure out what I kind of have to do if I really want to grow. So I think one of the main problems, like that I will have to, I just have to like stay focused. Sometimes
Yeah,
that's the hardest part, because like it's so hard to lose focus. It's so hard like to sometimes you waste your energy on things that are not important,
yeah,
and you kind of like get lost. So it's like I have a vision, and if I want to get to my vision, it's like I just have to make sure I keep doing it. I make sure that I don't lose the motivation. That I just be like someday I may be like I don't want to do this today, but like I have to like you have already like a compromise or a responsibility. Then I have to make sure that I do it.
mm,
and it's just all about like the discipline that you have within yourself.
Yeah.
You want to achieve something, like, or you want to achieve your long-term goals. That's what I believe.
It comes down to discipline at the end of the day because it's like motivation on the last 48 hours.
Yeah,
It really it's great. Don't get me wrong. It's like, oh, press you up and you're good to go.
yeah,
But 48 hours, and a lot of people will rely on motivation instead of actual discipline. Discipline is the key factor that plays a role. Is that if you have discipline and you can do exactly the same task as you do in the morning every single like I learned something actually very interesting, and it was like if you wake up every single morning and you go to brush your teeth without fault, right? That's discipline. If you can do exactly the same thing in business, entrepreneur world, anything, whatever it may be, if you go and brush your teeth every single morning, you can do exactly the same thing for business. And if you do that without fault, success is literally just around the corner for you.
yeah. And also,
Yeah.
you have to make sure that you like the people around you are positive people that are encouraging
Yeah.
you.
Very. If it's negative, it won't work. It will really won't work.
Yeah, that's something that is important. And the other thing is, so you just have to like, because for me, like something that will unmotivate me is like I see my videos, they're not getting the views that I expect, they are not getting the likes that I expect,
Yeah.
and that will be like, so I work so hard for this, but it's not working, you know. So like I'll be like, I will start questioning like, do like, am I really going to be successful here? Even though, because personally I like my videos. Personally, for me, for because everything I like, which is sports, has to do with sports, with interviews, inspiration, all of that is in my channel. That's why for me, my channel is the best. Like for me, you know.
Yeah.
And like the thing is like, so that's kind of the ego part, because you are like, oh, I like my channel, but like it's the views are low, the likes are low, and what, you know, and then you start questioning. But like that's the ego part. You just have to be like, I'm doing this because I like it. I'm doing this like, and I cannot lose motivation for that. Like, I cannot be like the reason that why I stopped doing it, you know.
Would you say that when you are seeing those low likes and low views,
Yeah.
is it the thought of, oh, I'm not going to monetize this?
uh I'm not, yeah, I cannot monetize my channel yet, you know. I'm still like,
What I mean, like, is it the thought of having these low views, low likes, and the thought of I'm not going to get bigger and I'm not going to be able to monetize this? Is that what it is?
yeah, kind of.
Right.
But more than monetization is like, for me, you know, of course money is important, but for me I have the same opinion. Like, my main long-term goal is not about like, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Like, it's mainly just my legacy. I want to like make like a persona of myself where like I can inspire other people, you know. Like, that's my main long-term goal with all the things that I'm doing, all these projects, you know.
Problems and it can solve people's what's going on in their life. That
Mm-hmm.
money flows if you solve their problems. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you find a solution, like that's one of the top paying skill sets in the world is problem solving. It's very, very important. And like with what I'm able to do, I can solve people's problems, right? But I can't physically solve their
Yeah,
problem unless they're actually willing to do some work. And that's what it comes down to. The three characteristics I said to you was be willing to learn, be hungry, and be coachable. If you have
yeah,
these three things and you want to change your lifestyle, I'll be able to help you and I'll be able to solve your problems. But
yeah,
without those, without actually investing into yourself, it's very, very difficult for somebody to change. And
yeah,
you doing you and staying on the path, knowing that you love what you do, is amazing because
yeah,
everything comes with time. Because that's the same thing happened with me, man. Renato, it didn't come easy. Like I had to grind my ass off, like ass off. This morning I stayed up till 7 in the morning, and I was working. I stayed up for like 19 hours. I was working. I said no. I need to finish what I'm doing.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I have some, like, can be working on a project, and I'm like so invested into finishing that I lose sleep. I lose like, I don't eat very well. Yeah, that happens to me sometimes
yeah.
too. If I
If
like,
you're not in that mindset of I'm going to lose sleep, I'm going to miss a meal, I'm
yeah,
going to miss a toilet break.
yeah,
No, I don't know what to say, but I don't think you're cut out for it. That's really it. So you got to be willing to just give up and sacrifice. And some people will not sacrifice because they cater to other things more. They put their time somewhere else. Gaming, spending time watching TV. I don't know, whatever you guys do, but a lot of people will do this, and that's where it comes down to sacrifices.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, dude, that's all another part that, like, especially young people, like, have trouble with,
Yeah.
like, the addictions or the, like, how is the influence. So, like, they say, oh, like, these other people are having so much fun while I'm, like, and that's the part, but, like, it doesn't have to be that way, Like, you can have fun with what you do.
Yeah.
You like enjoy what you do, and like for me that's something that I learned. Is like I'm trying to enjoy every day, especially since I came back from the army. I'm
Yeah.
trying to enjoy just every moment, just like enjoy that my parents, I'm with my parents right now after like a month and a half where I wasn't able to see them, and
Mm-hmm.
like all of these things that are happening right now. I just have to like enjoy the moment, because
Yeah.
like that's the thing. Just like not be like, oh, like I wish I was here, but I'm not. You just have to be no, like this is what I have right now, and just like appreciate it. That's the main thing. That's what I believe.
Definitely enjoy that moment in the presence. It's something that I learned through my path as well. Is that if you, for example, you said you want to be somewhere, but if I'm here and enjoying this moment, that's enough for me because when I was starting, I wanted to be in the position I am today.
Yeah,
I mean, right? I want to be in this position I am in today. Literally, when I last year ago I started. But now I have a different vision. I want to be somewhere higher.
yeah,
But
yeah,
we cannot forget the fact that and appreciate the fact that we've actually worked our asses off to get to a point where we are and we wanted to be already. So you've
yeah,
got to appreciate your progress, understand it, celebrate that success. Because if you don't celebrate small wins, how can you celebrate big wins?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's really important.
You
Uh,
know.
is there anything else that you would like to share with us, Tolik, for this interview?
Um. Yeah, if you're a young person and you are trying to change something for yourself, finance, your family situation,
Yeah,
your friendships, your relationships, whatever it may be, fitness, what I would say is just learn the subject. Learn the subject. Another thing that you can do is grab a mentor under your wing. Go get a grab mentor, talk to them, duplicate what they're doing, copycat them. Just be literally a sponge. Use your brain as a sponge. Grab that sponge like the water, fairy sponge, whatever you want to use, just suck it up and use that information for yourself. And I'll say that it won't be easy. It won't be easy, but if you stick through it, get on the path, just follow, 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 and continue to do what you're doing, it will come. The success will come. Just because I've been here for a year is very, very short. Because a
yeah.
lot say, oh, well, a year's long or 2 years long is in business. Well, I'm sorry, but you'd be happy to work 40 years for someone else. That's the difference here. I don't see it as long at all. It's just a fraction of my life. Um, but guys, just remember, it's a long haul. You've got to go and do everything they said you want to do.
Hmm. Something that kind of inspires me, to like have a vision of where I want to be. It's like my failures in my past, So it's like I wanted to do something, but then the guy told me no, you're not good enough, or this other guy told me no, that you suck, or whatever. Like all of that thing kind of encourages me, Be like not kind of like to prove them wrong, but to
Yeah,
prove myself that feeling that I had where I'm like maybe he's right, maybe I'm not good enough. Prove myself that that's not true. That's something that I realized that I use as fuel, so that I'm like no, like I can do this. I have the skills. The other day, I was looking after more than a month to my old YouTube videos. Like there was like this one night, and I was like, damn, this is good.
yeah,
That's so like this is like motivational, and then I start remembering like when I made these videos, like the point in my life that I was when I was making these videos, and I was like, this is good. I mean, like, why would I think of myself as low where I can do these things, And that
yeah,
kind of me motivates me to see like, no, I can do this, I have the capability to do this. I just have to like do not lose motivation. Just be like I can do this. You know. I
Yeah.
think that's like something really important, and like be like all those feelings, they're just in your head. I believe like I strongly believe everybody. Yeah,
Nonsense. That's what I like to call it, because these are emotions that you subconsciously put in the back of your head, saying,
yeah,
"I'm not good enough," or I can't succeed." And quite frankly, you can't. It's just emotions playing on on your wave. That's it.
so mental. But like I think everybody, like everyone in the world has a skill that the world needs. You know, like it's not
Oh,
like but there's a lot of people that just feel that they're not good enough, or that they will be stuck in the job that they hate for their whole lives. And that's not true. Like there's so much information, like so much opportunity, especially nowadays. Like everybody can get where they want to be. It's just a fact of that. Especially like, of course, money is really important. They just have to have a positive environment, a positive support. That's how like everybody can reach where they want to be. Like it's, I still have dreams. You know, I want to do so many things in my life, but like I cannot make like I have to make sure that I'm like, oh, I'm not here yet. I just have to do like it's like step by step. You know, I just have to do, yeah, I also have to do these things before I get like where I want to be. But everything is a step by step, and then if I make a mistake, I learn from my mistake. I don't get depressed that, oh, like this thing didn't work the way that I wanted to. I learn from it, and I'm like, oh, it didn't work out. I'm gonna try a different approach. I think that's like mentality, you know, that people should have to
yeah,
get where.
absolutely. 100% agree with you.
Yeah,
You will take an L, but that L will turn into a dub, and you just gotta go with it. It's how you handle situations. Like how do you handle adversity? Like how do you handle it? Will you react to it like it's nothing? Will you react to it with negativity? Are you
yeah,
gonna throw in the towel? What will you do? Because you've personally, if you guys are watching and you're new to this kind of stuff, if you've never done anything new before, especially entrepreneurship, business, or whatever the case may be, right? If
yeah,
you face adversity and you don't know how to handle it, it might be a big hill to climb for you, because you will throw in a towel, say no, it's not for me, and you will just say I'm not good enough for it. It's a belief system,
yeah,
or you will pick up your things, get back up, and then go at it again. That's what it really is.
hmm,
Uh, I faced many adversities in my whole life in general.
yeah,
Faced things of like racism, or like people telling me like to go back to my country and stuff. And it's how you face it. It's really how you face it. So, do you get back up, or do you just stay down? Do Do you really want to be the person that stays down? Probably
yeah,
not. Probably not.
yeah.
Um, and we, as immigrants, I'm not going to lie, we have it much harder than most people, because we're not welcomed in the countries. I was not welcomed. I don't know about yourself, Renato, but maybe the same case, maybe not. People kept on telling me, just you're not good enough for this, you're not good enough for that, and I said, okay, let me prove you, and I proved them, because
Yeah.
I am capable of things. Like, I'm not a little boy. I'm a man who is going
Yeah.
to put my foot down, and I'm going to do the shit that I said I'm going to do. That's simple as that. So,
But so
yeah,
totally, I just want to add something up, like something that you should remember. You know, these people that are toxic, they're never going to change, or they may change. But the thing is that like you cannot do something so that you prove them wrong. You know, you just
yeah,
have to like you have to prove yourself wrong. You have to be, oh, like they made me feel like I wasn't good enough, but that feeling is wrong. You have to prove that that feeling is wrong, and then you prove to yourself that they are wrong. And then like you like if you ever like if you become successful and you see them again, then you probably like if you expect no now they're gonna respect me, like that cannot be like the case, because like these people may never change. You cannot do something so that, oh, I'm doing this so that this person likes me, you know. You just
uh,
have
never. There's no need for me. That I don't really care. Like, if you like me, you like me, and I make it very clear on my Instagram. If you don't like me, just unfollow me. Don't
yeah,
listen to what I say. It's simple as that. You're not welcome. If you want to listen and you're actually inspired by what I do in the movement I'm doing, hey, hop on the train and we're gonna get to the top, because I'm only wanting real people around me, and I don't want bullshit around me. So again, it really, the adversity is always there.
Hmm.
How you face it. For me, it's always been just do your thing, focus on, because I learned something funny, and it's like when people start thinking about other people thinking they care about them, like, oh,
Yeah.
person thinks I'm doing something different and they care what I do. It's like, bro, like no one cares. Like really, no one cares. If you think about it, you don't like personally everyone in this world. So why would they like you? So it's just get on your path. Don't even look behind you. Just keep going forward. Do your thing and then focus. Just focus. Just focus. Just literally just laser in and then just stay there. So yeah, that's kind of my bit.
Yeah, like so that's kind of like an issue that I also have. Sometimes I think like, oh, like they may not like me or something like that. But like something that I learned, like everybody does their own thing, like
Mhm.
not, first of all, don't expect anything from anybody. That's an important lesson that I learned in my life. Like you just have to make sure that you do it for yourself. Like the things that you do is for your own progress, because you have a vision, which I realize what my vision is. I realize what I want to do, and you have to just make sure that you get there with the tools that you have. And it's really important to just don't have the mentality of, oh, I'm doing this so that like I prove the people that said that I was shit, I prove them wrong. Like
Yeah,
you do it for that. You have to do it for your own, because if you do it for that other reason, then it's not going to work. Like that's what I realized. It's not going to work because you're doing your purpose is wrong. Your purpose has to be a positive purpose. It has to be something that is actually going to help the world, and that's how you get
exactly. If
skills.
the world is going to benefit a lot, you as well, a lot.
Yeah,
Um, it's very interesting what you mentioned with regards to helping people, because if you can help one another, you just make the place a bit better. Like in general, like
yeah,
uh, growing up, I didn't really know that was a thing. Everyone was talking about it, but how do you make it happen? Like how? Like people say, I want to make the world a better place. You hear it all the time. You do hear it all the time, and you look at them and you question it, like how you plan to do it? Because
yeah,
I point as well, and now I understand what they mean by it, because you actually help people, you develop yourself, and you're sharing things that you as a human just wanted to learn, but now you're actually implying these skill sets onto others, and that's kind of something that I would say is moving forward the world better place.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been totally. Uh, yeah, I just want to make sure just so what are some of the things that you have like planned? Like nowadays. You know,
Oh, like
yeah.
business wise, or what do you mean?
For your business, and also like maybe like in your life too. Maybe.
Well, business wise, it's to expand it further. I'm not gonna stop at where I am. It's only, like I say, the tip of the iceberg. I'm going to keep going forward. Right now, I'm looking forward to just really extending my business into different countries. Help just make it more global. Right now, it is global, but I want to make it more global. First of all, I want people to see my vision clearly, understand what it's all about, what I'm doing, and how it can be better. Because network marketing is not like it's not bad, but it's better than most things, right? Um, so it's more about just serving people. I want to continuously develop myself, grow my finances, grow my team, and then
Mhm.
travel with them. I want to travel more. I actually got my first Jag the other day. So I'm looking forward to just traveling with the guys, traveling, meeting up with them. Actually, instead of, phone calls and
Yeah,
Zooms online, I want to actually meet the people in person and actually shake their hand, have a meal with them, share my experiences, and just have fun. It's the most important one. Have fun.
you say you already had like some trips, right, with some of your clients.
Yeah, yeah. My business partners, we're having a trip going to Mexico by the end of this year. We're
Nice.
planning Mexico in December for a week or so, maybe longer. We'll see how it goes. And then we're probably going to go to Bali in February. So things are exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So. Yeah, we're gonna do this. This has been an amazing interview for us. Thank you so much.
I
Uh,
appreciate.
yeah, I think we're gonna end it now. If you want, we can hop on the Zoom if you still have time. You know?
I, I don't have time. I've got a call to jump on in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Anything does change, I'll let you know though.
yeah,
Uh, but I want to say one last thing to the guys that are watching is that
yeah.
your name has entered rooms that you'll never enter. Just be mindful of that. Your name has entered into rooms that you'll never enter into.
Yeah.
Uh, think about that. Think about that.
uh,
So
Trying to, man. Can you elaborate a little bit more? Like, I'm trying to think about the thing like what you said right now. Like you're,
people talking about what you're doing,
yeah.
example, but you'll never enter those rooms. Never.
Oh, okay. I know. Okay, I
You
know it.
then like
Yeah,
you're focusing on yourself, watering your grass, doing your things, building your success.
yeah,
People will still be stuck in the same position that they were many years ago,
yeah,
and they're watching you very closely, and they're listening and they're checking you out. And then once they have their friends in a room, they're going to talk about you. But you're never going to enter those rooms because those people are on a way lower level than you already, a completely low level. So when you're in that kind of mindset, these guys are, it ain't it. So keep doing your thing, man, honestly.
absolutely, man. Yeah, thank you so much, man. It's been amazing. You've been my first interview for this channel. I'm trying to make more interviews, hopefully more online entrepreneurs in the future. Like, I'm really interested in this world, you know, like it's something that I definitely want to get into. And like, thank you, man. I really learned a lot with you. And like, hopefully we can meet again some other time.
Leslie, I really enjoyed this interview, man. You're doing a good job out there, and honestly, keep it up. Keep doing more of this. You know, I would love to tune in more to your lives. Maybe we can see and make another live.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. So, thank you so much, Tolik.
Hey,
And we can see each other again. Definitely.
absolutely, Renato. I appreciate your time and I appreciate the invite on the call.
Yes, thank you, man. And thank
Take
you,
care.
guys. Yeah, have a good day.